Hey guys, Tina with tinasfinearts.com. I wanted to take a moment to show you my portfolios and how they relate a little bit to my upcoming exhibition. So, in book, you're going to read about it then. When I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't have anything really much to protect my art other than one of these little flimsy cardboard portfolios. But everything on the inside just kind of gets, this is my kids um, shoved in like that. So when I got older, and not long after high school, when I was able to do so, I bought a very nice portfolio from Bates Art Supply. Has been in Indianapolis, Indiana for a long time, but I think they just closed. And the reason I'm focusing on this is because right here is where I'm pretty sure my ex-husband stabbed my portfolio, and you'll read about it in the book, and you'll see why there. And then, so these are two sketches that I did when I was very young. I was probably somewhere between 11, 12, 13 tops. I don't think I was quite 13 yet. And this was a Spanish type style. Mom had her living room decorated that way, and this cool painting above her couch. And I sketched it in charcoal. And these are this is my maiden name, Adams, so that's why I go by Tina A. Stuffle. This I sketched for my grandma. I was not 12. I know that. I may have been 12, not 13. Emmett Kelly. She really liked the clown Emmett Kelly. I would like to redo this someday. But it may be copyright. I'm not sure. Didn't know about it then. And what I just flipped here, these are acid-free sheet protectors, so it actually protects the artwork. That's what I didn't have before. These are drawings I did in junior high, line art, and then my preferred method of just sketching and shadowing. This is my lion that won me a scholarship when I was in 9th grade to go to Heron School of Art, IUPUI in Indianapolis, Indiana University, Purdue University. And it wasn't a college thing, it was coursework. So I went every Saturday as a freshman. And this has gotten a little smudged because, like I said, I didn't have anything to protect it. And then my art instructor wanted me to get creative, so he had me change the eyes. And this is David Lee Roth from Van Halen. I was a huge Van Halen fan back in the day. Still like them, but I kind of got my feel, but I like their happy vibe. Something I fooled around with in art school, and and that was off the top of my fashion merchandising school, and that was just an imaginary thing I did. This is commercial art I took in high school because it's where the money was, and I didn't like it. I'm glad I have these though, because I think the lettering's cool. And we did it with the old style, a calligraphy pen and a bottle of India ink. You dip it in here, and then you come over and do your lettering. And so I'd be doing really, really, really cool, and then I'd get over to something like this and drip the India ink. Drove me nuts. Okay, next. Stuff I did when I was in college for fashion merchandising. We did a fashion show. I designed the entire cover, but it was, I think it says it on the inside, surrender to the images. So I wanted her hand. And when I get an idea stuck in my head, I get pretty set on it. I wanted her hand, like stopping, surrender. And I wanted this hand to do it, and I couldn't get it there. And at the last minute, the teacher said she would give it to her sister to do. And I thought she was going to put the hand out there because I was having trouble with the foreshortening. Well, she didn't. She just did this, put her own name on it, and I didn't say a thing about it, but I should have. But anyway, it's all my image, all my art except for that. These are more pieces I did in class. They're illustrations from assignments I had in my fashion merchandising book. And these two as well. And then this is just a project I had, and I made all these colors out of the three primary colors, blue, red, yellow. Mixed them and got all these colors myself, which was a pretty fun project. This, I know it's sideways, let me do this. Inspired by the Hollies song, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. She's one of my favorites. and I'd like to do something a little bit more with her someday. This is what inspired part of the cover of my book and coming up for the exhibition. So it's changed around a little bit, but you can definitely see it. And I've had this written, or not written, drawn since, it's just been, let's say, close to 30 years. And you'll read about how that image came about in my book. Later, after high school, I continued to try to pursue work in graphic design and arts, and so I went to take classes at IUPUI, and this is one of my projects. It's a water ski. I loved water skiing, and I still do, but don't get to do it that much. And then this is another one. Now, does anybody know what these are? These are messed up crop marks. But they're called crop marks or tick marks, and that's what we used for the printer to know where to cut, and you have a bleed and all this jazz, and then you use a special blue line that didn't show up when you photographed it, but this was all pre-press. Things went into paste up, so you have a paste up department that would place these size in a certain way, and then it would go off to the camera department and get shot for the printing press. But now everything's computerized, so you can do all that on the computer now. Alrighty, and this is why I'm pretty sure my ex-husband did the portfolio thing, even though he denied. I was working and trying to learn to paint. It was one of my first paintings, and obviously, he went by, and I think he was, sorry about the hand there, upset because I wasn't spending time with a friend that was coming over, and I was working on my art, and he walked by and knocked a glass of water over the water I was using for my watercolor. But of course, that's in style now, so who knows, maybe I'll spill water on it someday and do something with it. But I did keep these things to remind me that it did not stop me. I was strong enough to finally move along, and that's about it. Okay. This is just another thing I was messing around with, trying to learn. Paste up department work I did. You'll learn about that and why in my book. Firefighter hat I did for my friend Steve Dillman, who is retired firefighter suffering with cancer right now. And many of you may remember the painting I did this summer for him. And this was going to be done for a friend from the Alice in Wonderland theme, but Disney would not give me permission, so can't do anything with it, and it was just a light sketch for one of my paintings. This is sometimes how I do things that are difficult, and that just sometimes, when I trace my work and transfer it onto nicer paper. So that's everything. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and this is the upcoming exhibition. Can you see the resemblance of the woman there? Let's go back to her. She's somewhere back here, right? So you'll see how this whole thing evolved from that loose little sketch, and I can't seem to change the paper. Too many things in my hands. Alrighty, see her? There she is. So I changed her around a little bit, changed her hair up, but I really like the way it turned out. I hope to see you at the exhibition on October 10th. Have a great day.